You want to gain respect? First, learn how to respect wisdom. Then, ask questions. Because questions, my friend, that's the mark of a pro. Tonight, I want to get into what I call the cheat codes for trucking. And honestly, this ain't just for truckers. This is for anybody that wants to build a real, lasting legacy. Working in warehousing, if you're in logistics, if you're management, or maybe you just own your own truck and want to get ahead. Buckle up, guys, because this one, we're taking it down the fast lane. Greetings to you, truck lovers and truth seekers from all over the United States of Trucking. Boss Man here, behind the golden TIB microphone, broadcasting from the Mobile Command Center right here at truckincitymedia.com. Experience is a teacher that gives you the test first and the lesson afterwards. This is a quote from a member of Vernon Law. Trust me, the road will test you. You'll go through CDL school, you'll get trained by whomever. They might warn you about the things not to do and teach you about the things to do. And you'll run into the occasional driver at the fuel island telling you better not sit there too long. But if you do it what everybody else does, you blow them off because you know what? You've been through school. You know everything there is to know, right? And just because that person that you were talking to ain't rocking skinny jeans and a pretty outlook and a personality on TikTok, you don't pay them any mind. You're going to do things your way. You're going to blow off these people with experience that are telling you what not to do. Next thing you know, you've got a breakdown, a fine, you're out of service. Maybe it's even worse. If I just took a minute to be humble. According to a 2024 FMCSA audit, 68% of preventable accidents that occurred involving rookies happened within the first 90 days. And it was not because of skill or lack thereof. It's because of overconfidence. You learn a skill, you're excited to become part of an industry that you might not have been prior to. Now you go out and do it. And there's a large chunk of time where you're overconfident, you're cocky, and you tend not to do what I'm about to tell you you should do. In this game, respect isn't just something like simply addressing older men and women as sir or madam. It's about realizing that you or they have a difference of experience. You know little, they know more. They've made the mistakes you're about to make. It would pay for you to listen. I think mentorship is severely underrated. As a younger driver, you should not be afraid to ask questions. Questions are the mark of a pro. Too many of you guys get into trucking and think asking questions makes you look weak. I say asking questions makes you look dangerously smart. Because when you're asking questions, you're closing the gap between the rookie and the ready. When I first started, I mainly started out of curiosity. I've challenged myself to ask more questions because I'm passionate about learning. In 2023, an industry-wide survey, drivers who actively sought mentorship were 45% more likely to stay in the industry more than 3 years. You want to talk about a retention booster? There you go. A lot of times, some of the old timers don't want to be mentors and they don't want to help because a lot of times, respect is not earned when you go it alone. You want the old timers to respect you and take you seriously? Start by listening and then asking the right questions. Ask us older guys, what would you have done differently in your first year? Ask us, what's the one thing they don't teach you? And then when you ask those questions, take the time to listen. We've earned our spot. Well, if you want to earn yours, here's a cheat code to win in trucking. Now, I hinted earlier, this is not just for truckers, but could be for construction workers, warehouse, logistics, management. So listen up. If I have seen further It is by standing on the shoulders of giants. That quote by Sir Isaac Newton. When others want to prop you up and give you the ability of sight unseen, take it. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. That was from Proverbs 1, verse 5. Find someone who's done what it is you want to do. By staying where you're at and doing what you do, you gain nothing. Find the person who most closely represents what you want and do what they do. Show them, when you found them, genuine respect. You do that by asking the right questions. When they've told you the answers to these questions, don't just blow it off. Apply what works. If it worked for them, it'll work for you. And then it's just as simple as rinse and repeat. The cheat code to winning in life is simple: respect. But if you want respect, you must give respect. Respect is the process of wanting to learn. Respect is the process of doing something good with what you learn. It's not sexy, it's not easy, but once you've figured it out, that cheat code will take you a long way in life. You don't need an MBA, you don't need a science degree, you don't need a blue check mark or some 10-step course. All you need is Truckin City Media and Boss Man. Seriously though, when people actually give you the time to help you, take it, respect it, thank them, and move on. So if you're new in trucking, take a moment, ask the right question. Don't rush. Go down below and like this video. Put your ego in check and start building on the success given you by others. If you're one of those seasoned drivers, take a moment, become a mentor. Because being a mentor is how we make trucking great again. If you're not already subscribed, go down below and hit the button. Check back for more life and insights. Check out this playlist right here. Till next time, remember, it's trucks that make the deliveries, but it's you that make the difference. Remember, keep it real and keep it rolling.